everyone, Corey Taylor here from Slipknot, and this is a very special Facebook video Q&A. Hope you're ready for it. I'd better be ready for it, so here we go. James Kimmy asks, is there a particular song that Slipknot performs in concert that jacks you up or makes you look forward to performing the most? Yeah, Disaster Piece, absolutely. I mean, that song just, it gets me going for some reason, and I just want to pull my own head off and kick it into the audience. So, Alexander Athanasopoulos asks, when you write your lyrics, how do you know whether to sing them aggressively or melodically? I just kind of take my cues from the music, really. You know, I don't sit down and write something and go, okay, I'm going to be heavy like this, or I'm going to be melodic like this. I let the music kind of draw me where I want to go, unless it's something that I'm coming up with in my head, like an aggressive part, and then I'll write the lyrics and I'll, you know, mold the music to that. But usually it's all instinct. Like, I don't sit down and go, okay, I'm going to be heavy here, melodic here. I just kind of let the music dictate where I need to go. Lord Smith asks, what is it like working with Sean? Well, there's working with Sean, and then there's working with Clown. Two totally different things. Working with Sean is an absolute delight. He's crisp. He smells of honey baked ham, and he loves to look up at large sunsets. Working with Clown is a lot like dodging bullets a lot of the time. So, good on. David Medcraft asks, how did you and Jonathan Davis come up with the idea of covering Sabotage by the Beastie Boys at Wembley? Well, me and Jonathan did not come up with that idea, actually. That was Fieldy's idea. We had been kind of joking about doing something together at one of the shows, and Fieldy was like, well, why don't we just do Sabotage? We all kind of dug it. We got together and we jammed it out, and the rest is history. So, good on you, Field. Lachey Platero asks, what do you love the most about touring? The end of the tour. Because I miss my bed. I mean, honestly, I mean, the shows. The shows are the best part. I mean, it's the whole reason that you're touring in the first place. And it's the whole reason that you're there. I mean, the fans take you in, and you just want to give everything you got 110% for them. So it's, you know, the shows are the best part about touring. Other than that, I just want to go home. Nathan Spencer asks, would you ever consider doing a cover of Rick Astley's Never Gonna Give You Up? Sarah Beth asks, hands down, I think you're an amazing lyricist. Where does your inspiration come from? A great question. It depends on the music, really. And again, you know, I try to take my cue from the music, especially if it's music that I haven't written and I'm hearing for the first time. I just kind of try to gravitate towards what that music is making me feel. And then it's a matter of trying to find the best way or the most poetic way to say what I'm trying to feel. You know, I try to keep one foot in the literal and one foot in the metaphorical, and just hopefully it works out. So, you know, it's a crapshoot sometimes, you know, where they come from. Cheyenne Frazier asks, what made you want to become an artist in a band? Just realizing that I had a talent for it, I guess. You know, I loved music. I didn't really know that I had a good singing voice until I was about 9 or 10. Started kind of learning how to play instruments around 12 or 13. And that was it. You know, that just, you know, the more I got into it, the more I wanted to be in a band, you know. And I was a drummer before I was a singer, so it was very weird. It was a very strange road to get here, but I'm glad I did. Lori Valentine asks, so I know how much of a thrill it is to be a part of the crowd during Spit It Out, when we all jump up on your command. I've always wanted to know, what does it feel like on your end? It's pretty special, I'll be honest. I mean, and I can, you know, going back to when we first started doing it in clubs to when we did it the last time at Download in 2013, just seeing all those people get down on the ground, it was phenomenal. And there's nothing There's nothing that gets you more stoked for that part than seeing 90,000 people all down on the ground, and you know it's going to explode, and then all of a sudden it's like watching an ocean erupt. It's fantastic. It's such a treat. Let's see. Aaron Talty asks, how's the new mask going? Compare it to previous one. This thing, well, you know, I know a lot of people have asked me about the issues that I had the first night of Knotfest, and that's because I hadn't really put it through its paces in a tour situation. So yeah, it was a little loose in a couple of spots. But then the next day, I knew immediately what I had to do. I made the adjustments. I added this strap right here. We tightened the jaw, pulled it back to my face a little more, so I wouldn't have to do that guy, which was so annoying. And then we put a buckle instead of an elastic strap right here, so I could tighten it. Because as the rubber goes and as the rivets, they start to kind of stretch and break in a little bit. You have to have a little bit more room to kind of tighten it up. And as crazy as we go, it's got to be tight to your face, or it's just going to fly off into the audience. So it's you know, since I made those adjustments, I love it. It's one of my favorites, and you know, it's just as painful as the other ones. So you know, what are you gonna do? Jade Humphreys Jones asks, apart from your own, which Slipknot mask do you like the most? Ooh, that's a good question. I like clowns, because especially right now, because it's different every night and he gets weird with it every night. I love it because it's devoid of any sort of clown-esque thing, but it looks like clown. Like, I don't know how else to describe it. It's just so disturbing in a way, you know. I really like that one. Mike DeRocha asks, what does the song Custer mean? Well, I mean, do you mean the title or the song itself? The title is an obvious reference to General Custer, who died at the Battle of Little Bighorn. The song itself refers to the, I don't want to say naysayers, but the people who were trying to pull us apart from the outside. Not the fans so much, but the people who were trying to say that we would never put out another great album, we would never last, we would never get it together enough to make a great album. I mean, it was just, you know, a lot of those things. So it was our perception of the people who were trying to bring us down and basically saying, there you go. Corey Kane Knobs asks, that's a great name, by the way, if you could star in any horror movie, what would it be and why? Oof, I don't know. I mean, that's a great question. I'm not tall enough to play Leatherface. I'm not cool enough to be Freddy Krueger. You know, Robert Englund's got that covered. I don't know, man. You know, maybe I just have to kind of invent one and be either the victim or the stalker in that one. So we'll see. Stay tuned. Alyssa Donnie asks, do you like pizza or tacos? What about taco pizza? James Collins asks, what's the weirdest thing you've ever had happen before, during, or after a show? Huh. Okay. Weirdest thing. Just off the top of my head. Let's scratch that. 2000. We were playing Harpo's in Detroit, Michigan. It was our first time headlining there. It's a great club, really good club. It's in a pretty gnarly neighborhood, but all the metal fans made their way down there to see people play. And we were on stage. It was during the first album, so you know, we're doing our thing, we're rocking, we're kicking. And I don't know, I kind of look up and as I'm singing, and I see on this sea of people, I see this gigantic industrial-sized garbage can being surfed across the across the crowd, like it was a human. And I mean, people are gingerly moving it, and it's not like it's being thrown around like trash. I mean, this thing is being moved like it's in the show, and I'm just like, huh, look at that. You know, and I'm thinking it in my head. I look over to Clown to get his attention, and all of a sudden, thunk, they had thrown it in the air, and it landed directly on top of me. And I mean, so in 1 second I'm looking over at Clown, and the next second I'm in this gigantic industrial garbage can, and I am like freaking out. All of a sudden I'm in this tunnel that I didn't want to be in, and yeah, I got it off of me. I threw it back in the audience. I look over, and of course Clown is laughing his balls off at me, and I was like, "Fuck you, asshole." So that's just one off the top of my head. That is probably one of my weirdest favorite moments, and of course it happened at Harpo's. So there you go. Thanks for submitting your questions. Be sure to tune in tomorrow for the exclusive video premiere of Custer live from Knotfest right here on Facebook.